HOA Nightmare, a child's tragedy. The sun hung high over Willow Creek's community pool, casting a golden glow on a Saturday afternoon that promised nothing but lazy summer bliss. I was sprawled on a lounge chair, half lost in a novel, while my 5-year-old daughter, Lily, giggled in the shallow end, her turtle-shaped floatie bobbing around her. The air smelled of sunscreen and chlorine, and the chatter of neighbors felt like a warm blanket. Then, a scream sliced through the calm like a blade. "Get out of that pool now." I looked up to see Margaret Hensley, the vice president of our homeowners association, storming through the gate. Her face was flushed, her clipboard gripped like a weapon. Lily froze, her green eyes wide with confusion. I thought Margaret was just on another of her power trips until I saw the bulge in her purse and the wild glint in her eyes. Margaret's voice boomed again, pointing at Lily. "That floatie is unauthorized. It violates HOA Rule 52C. The pool area fell silent. Parents paused, kids stopped splashing, and all eyes turned to the commotion. I stood, my heart picking up speed. "Margaret, it's just a toy," I said, keeping my tone even. "Lily's 5. She's playing safely. Just a toy." Margaret's voice climbed higher, her finger jabbing the air. "This is a respectable community with standards. I won't tolerate rule breakers." My friend Susan, sitting nearby, leaned over. "She's been like this all summer. Last week, she fined the Petersons for having unapproved deck chairs." But I was focused on Lily, who'd started to cry, clutching her floatie like a shield. "There's no need to scare the kids," I said, stepping toward the pool. "Let's talk this out calmly." Margaret's laugh was sharp, bitter. "Calmly? I've watched you and your entitled kid all summer, thinking you're above the rules." The word, entitled, hit like a slap. A few parents gasped, and I felt my patience fraying. "Don't call my daughter names," I said, my voice firm. "She's done nothing wrong. She's breaking the rules." Margaret screamed, her face now beet red. "This pool is for families who respect authority, not people like you." The crowd thickened, parents pulling their kids closer. Something dangerous was brewing. "This is absurd," said Tom Bradley, a dad from down the street. "Leave the kid alone, Margaret." She spun on him. "Don't tell me how to do my job. I'm in charge here." "Your job isn't to yell at children over floaties," I shot back, my maternal instincts flaring. "I'm taking Lily home." I started toward the pool, but Margaret blocked me, her clipboard raised like a barrier. "Oh, no you don't," she snapped. "I'm not done writing this violation." That's when I saw the bulge in her purse. My stomach dropped. "Margaret, let's talk this out," I said, my voice trembling. But she laughed again, a chilling sound. "You think you're better than everyone, don't you?" Then, in a blur, she reached into her purse and pulled out a handgun. Screams erupted. Parents grabbed their kids, scrambling for cover. "You think you can ignore me?" Margaret shouted, waving the gun. "I make the rules." I lunged toward Lily, my heart pounding. "Margaret, put it down. There are kids here." But her eyes were feral, her rage consuming her. "Your kid needs to learn a lesson," she roared. The next moment unfolded in slow motion. Margaret raised the gun. I screamed, diving for Lily. A gunshot shattered the air. Lily's cry of pain pierced my soul as she clutched her stomach, blood seeping through her fingers. She collapsed into the water, the red staining the blue around her. "Lily," I wailed, pulling her into my arms. Her small body felt so fragile. "Stay with me, baby." Chaos exploded, parents screaming, kids crying, someone calling 911. Margaret stood frozen, the gun still in her hand, muttering, "She broke the rules." "Drop it," Tom yelled. The gun hit the concrete with a clatter, but Margaret's defiant glare didn't waver. Sirens wailed as police and paramedics stormed in. "We need to get her to the hospital now," a paramedic said, gently taking Lily from me. As they wheeled her away, I watched police cuff Margaret. "This is ridiculous," she protested. "I was upholding community standards." The hospital ride was torture. Lily's hand gripped mine weakly. "Mommy, it hurts," she whispered. "I know, sweetheart," I said, stroking her hair. "You're going to be okay." My husband, Paul, met us there, his face ashen. "How could someone shoot our girl over a floatie?" he choked out. News spread like wildfire. By evening, our quiet suburb was national headlines. Justice for Lily trended on Twitter, and a video of Margaret's rant, filmed by another parent, went viral. Neighbors flooded the hospital with support. Susan arrived, eyes red. "The whole town's furious," she said. "Margaret's been terrorizing us for years." Stories poured out. Margaret had threatened to evict the Chins over tacky holiday lights, reported a veteran's flag display, and even tried to ban a disabled child's ramp for aesthetic reasons. The community's anger ignited a movement. Susan led a petition to dissolve the HOA, gathering 1,200 signatures in a few days. At the hospital, the surgeon brought hope. "Lily's stable," she said. "The bullet missed major organs, but she'll need weeks to recover." Relief mixed with rage. Lily would live, but she'd carry scars forever. Over a floatie. Margaret's bail hearing was a spectacle. Protesters swarmed the courthouse with signs, "No bail for child shooters." Paul and I wore shirts with Lily's photo and Lily's Legion. The prosecutor was fierce. The defendant shot a 5-year-old over a pool toy. This was calculated violence. The judge agreed, denying bail. Cheers erupted. Margaret's life unraveled. Her bank fired her, her social media was flooded with hate, and her sister publicly disowned her. "I love her, but shooting a child? Unforgivable," she told reporters. Even her husband filed for divorce. Yet Margaret showed no remorse, still muttering about rules as she was led away. Lily's recovery was slow. Physically, she healed, but nightmares plagued her. "Why did the lady hate me?" she'd ask. "It wasn't you, baby," I'd say. She's sick in her mind. Therapy helped, and 3 months later, Lily returned to the pool, clutching a new turtle floatie. Her smile was a victory. The trial was swift. Video evidence, witnesses, and Lily's medical records left no doubt. Margaret's defense tried insanity, then an accidental discharge, but the jury wasn't fooled. After 3 hours, they delivered, guilty on all counts: attempted murder, assault, child endangerment. The judge was scathing. "You shot a child over a trivial dispute. You've shown no remorse." He sentenced her to 25 years, no parole for 20. Our community transformed. The HOA was dissolved, replaced by a council focused on unity, not control. The pool, renamed Lily's Haven, got a plaque. A place for all children to play safely. Lily thrived in first grade, dreaming of becoming a detective to stop mean people. Paul and I grew closer, cherishing every moment with her. The Justice for Lily movement sparked national HOA reform. States passed laws curbing HOA powers, and Susan became a reform advocate. Margaret was extreme, she'd say, but she shows what happens when power goes unchecked. 2 years later, I sat by Lily's Haven, watching her splash with friends. Her laughter was the sweetest sound. A reporter once asked if I'd forgive Margaret. "Forgiveness is for me," I said, "but I'll never forget what she did. I'll keep fighting so no child suffers like Lily." Margaret lost everything: her freedom, family, reputation. But we gained something greater, a community bound by love, not fear. Lily's joy proved we'd won. As the sun set, I smiled, knowing tomorrow would bring more healing, more laughter, more hope. What do you think about this story? Have you faced injustice or violence in your community? Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you believe Margaret's punishment was fair? Should HOAs have less power? Let's discuss.